Shalom. So the question is, do you get wisdom from smoking weed? Hmm? What is your answer? Now you see, we use the word wisdom, but we really don't understand it. We think because our minds start perceiving many things, even if we're unclear of the actual truth, we consider that to be wisdom. Because guess what? Now you're looking into zodiacs, you're looking into physics, chemistry, all of these things, you really think that is wisdom. Really? But if smoking weed is wisdom, that means all the nation have the wisdom of the Most High then, because weed is smoking in every nation. So that would be a sign, right? Because the wisdom would be a sign. It would be like a covenant, like a mark. So all the people of the earth would have the wisdom of the Most High. So no, you do not get wisdom from weed. Does it open your portals? Yes, it opens doors. But if you don't have the proper knowledge from a higher dimension, how are you going to be able to discern? For example, when you're dealing with knowledge, it comes with discernment, right? So it is about telling one thing from the other. So the question is, when you smoke weed, does it stop you from committing adultery? Because wisdom would let you know that, okay, this woman has a covering on her head, so I cannot lay with her. That's wisdom. No, you can discern that. When you smoke weed, does it prevent you from sleeping with a man's wife? Hmm? When you smoke weed, does it prevent you from learning the customs of the other nations? When you smoke weed, does it tell you that, okay, the day begins at dawn and ends at dusk? Because you can still be smoking weed and still starting your day at sunset or midnight. Wisdom has nothing to do with weed. Like I said, I agree that it opens your portals. Wisdom comes from your ability to discern and distinguish, right? This is a knowledge that flows from a higher dimension. This is why it is what when you fear or reverence the Most High, that is His wisdom. It's not some carnal things you have to do. You don't have to go outside to seek some plan to say, okay, I'm going to get the wisdom out of this. Really? Your actions of keeping His precept is His wisdom. This is why even in the nation of Israel, guess what? You don't find a lot of wisdom. You find people that can quote scriptures, but in terms of the living to the characteristics of what it means to be an Hebrew, that's a whole different dimension. This is why it says, not all Israel is Israel. 2/3 will not be counted as Israel. Only 1/3. Because guess what? All the nations have the Bible. Are they practicing it? Are they exercising the wisdom out of it? No. It's not easy. Smoking weed is easy. Everyone can smoke weed. Everyone can read the Bible. But can you become the Bible? Can you become the Word? No. That's a whole different level. This is why you see the other nations, you can call them Christians, you can call them by whatever religion. But can you call them an Hebrew? That's why they'll say things like Hebrew of this spiritual Hebrew or something like that. What the hell is that? When you become an Hebrew of the Spirit, what actually happens? You become the Word. The Spirit is the Word. That is what it means. So until you become the laws, the statutes, and the commandments, until you become the Word, then you won't be counted as a son of the Most High or a child of the Most High. Right? It is a standard that you live by, and it has to be exercised in our actions. Our actions strengthens our ability to discern, and that discernment is our knowledge. And it comes with the fear or reverencing of the Most High, right? So like I said, when you think about the law that says, for example, thou shalt not commit adultery, guess what? You understand the claim that the Most High has over your life. You reverence it, so you will not rebel against it. Does weed do that? Help you to do that? When you think of the weed, does it say, do you reverence it so much that it will not make you sleep with a man's wife or do something immoral? Hmm? Does the weed do that? No. That does not give you wisdom. There's a wisdom that flow from the throne into our consciousness. That's the pure water that descends from the throne. That's where everything comes from. There is another wisdom that does not descend from the throne. It comes out of our own imaginations, our own desires. And that's what we battle with. We're just battling with desire, doing what we actually like, what our desires want us to do. We are governed by that. That is not the wisdom that comes from the throne. So, no, marijuana does not give you wisdom. It does not help you to discern. It does not make you reverence or regard the Most High. Because you smoke, you get paro, guess what? You're no longer in your conscious state of mind. And this is the temple right here. The temple has to be pure. You cannot allow anything to come in. They defiled the physical temple back then. We are defiling the spiritual temple. We're defiling our consciousness. We're defiling the throne room, the kingdom within. Wisdom is keeping the commandments of the Most High. Our actions. So once people look at the way you live, they can tell that, oh, that's an Hebrew. You tell people by their customs, what they do, how they live. It's the spirit inside them that is manifesting. Shalom.